As you know, the financial landscape has changed massively and is continuing to change massively over the last few years, and what has been coming with changes with pensions, with Brexit. There's a lot of unknown and there's a lot of question marks about what people's income will be, what the taxes are likely to be, and therefore there is now a bigger requirement for everybody to take almost a step back and look at their own individual circumstances as well as those for their family. And the whole point about lifetime financial responsibility is about doing exactly that, but on a regular basis. And it's asking that question for our clients that I will do every time I sit down with a client about whether they are financially responsible. So they're looking at a number of different areas to make sure that they are planning not only their own future, but the future of their family, the future of their parents, the future of their children, and any other loved ones. With all the changes, with all the pension regulations and now people's access to those pension pots that they've built up over the years, there is a real risk for people to overspend and take too much out. And there's also a risk for people not to put enough into their pension early enough and to start planning, because there are tax breaks around putting money into pension that people, I'm sure, are aware of now, but they need to have a joined up conversation with both their accountant and their financial advisor about where they want to be and where they need to be. I have a real passion when I sit down with a client and ask them, it's great that they're in business, but where is the end game for you? Where do you want to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years time? So it's not just about here's a set of accounts, it's about, okay, so my plan is I want to retire when I'm 50 or 55 or 60. So the point there is we know that they have a finite number of years to reach whatever financial targets they need to in 5, in 10, in 15 or in 20 years, or whatever that target happens to be. So working with both the accountant and financial advisor, you'll be able to firstly create a balance sheet for the now, so we can sit down and the financial advisor can sit down and say, okay, this is what you've got and these are the debts you've got, this is what you have in investments, your assets, everything all nicely laid out, so you've got a net worth for now. And then we say, this is what you're going to need if you want to live the lifestyle you want to lead in retirement. And again, with the help of a financial advisor and accountant, the whole point is joining those two up. So we sit down and say, okay, for you to be earning that, your business needs to be worth X, you need to be taking this out per year, and of course, factoring in all those life events that are going to happen along the way. And this is again where we work alongside the financial advisor, because they'll have a very clear picture of what that needs to be in retirement, so we can work together to basically create for them a path almost through the next however many years that's going to be for them.